there a, are you going to eyeball it? Is there a template? Is there?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it bigger, and then I'm gonna attach
okay.
it, and then I'm gonna take my scalpel and trim it.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So I'm gonna see.
Normally you wouldn't do this whole thing in one day, would you?
I would probably not. I would probably, get parts of it done and let it. Like I said, I need to let it rest.
Yeah.
I wouldn't attach the white until I knew the black was
Right.
hard.
Right.
Until I knew the black was solid, everything was adhered, all the
Right.
parts that were wet are now dry, then I would attach the white.
Gotcha.
So we're forging ahead because we need to.
Gotcha.
All right, so I'm going to put this in here. I'm just going to piece it right in there and attach it.
Can we turn it a little bit? I don't know if you can. There
Right
you go.
here.
There you go.
So I'm kind of just attaching it. I'm going to take my scalpel,
I was going to say, isn't that pretty heavy?
cutting it right across the top. All right. And now I'm going to cut it across the bottom.
Would scissors work at this point?
Scissors would. I, again, always only use the scalpel. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's just what I do. But I would just... 'cause I
Okay,
can
so
do
you're taking
that.
all the weight off right now.
Yeah. All
That's
right.
that's the important part.
There we
Okay.
go. Okay. So I've taken the weight off. I've covered my inside. Now I can go through and kind of push my edges together so they look like one wing, and push it on the inside so it's all attached. Again, this would already
There
be
you go.
the black would be much already kind of adhered and not just attached. But I think that is it. Yeah, you can see that is on there. Pretty good.
Cool.
So that is that.
Very
Let's
cool.
really quickly put a scarf on him and then we'll be
Yes.
done.
Very cool.
All right, so my
Good
scarf is really simple. I'm just gonna do a long, I'm gonna actually piece this because
Yeah.
I wanna freeze it. And so I'm
Yeah.
gonna piece the two sides together in the back because you won't see that.
Yep.
So what I like about these boards too is they have markings on them. So you can use the markings to measure your stuff. But I'm just going to use the ruler and make it 1 inch. All right. And then I'm going to cut one end, and then I'm going to take my handy dandy scalpel
Scalpel.
and fringe the end up. Actually, I'm not going to take the scalpel. I'm going to take, because I don't want it to pull too much. So I'm going
Oh.
to take my little pizza cutter. All right.
Very small pizza.
And I'm going to put this in the freezer for a few minutes. This one will go quick because it's not very thick. Actually, I might as well do the other end while I'm
Yeah.
here.
Put them both in the freezer.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're making the second piece of the
Yeah.
scarf, fringing the end with the, what we call a tiny little pizza cutter.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put
All
that
right.
in the freezer.
Freezer.
And I'm going to show you this back part. Now remember how wonky our back looked and how we had this seam here. So I'm going to have a seam in the back here where the other wing's going to attach, and so you're not going to see any of this. And then where this is all attached, right here, that's where my scarf's going to go. It's going to come and go right down here. So I'm going to
Ah.
cover all this with scarf.
Oh, very cool.
Okay? It is an ordeal. It's a big project.
It's a big project,
But again, you're
Yeah.
not going to have the issues I had. You're not going to have tearing on the wing
yeah.
if you do the black and then wait
Yeah.
and let it harden. Even the fondant that I put around the wire would have been better if I had let harden
Right.
and not let, had done it right away.
Right.
And if I let the beak harden, everything needs to kind of, you do it, it sits.
Yeah, you let it
You
sit.
do it, it sits.
Yeah, and all the flaws, for lack of a better word, in the back can be covered up with the wings and the scarf.
Yeah, so everything that we did in the back, which is why you always start attaching your fondant to the front.
Yeah.
So even if I'd had some flaws, you saw I cut out a huge section
Right,
in the front.
right.
When you actually look at him, the parts that need to be smooth, really, the ones you're worried about is the head, because that's.
Right.
And if your head has a gap, put a hat on him.
Yeah.
You know, put a little snow cap on him. There are
Yeah.
ways to
Yeah.
work around everything.